So a few years back, there was this war called the Civil War, and everyone wanted to free the slaves. And out of that Civil War came the 14th Amendment, where it talks about liberty, interests, and equality under the law. And that's in your U.S. Constitution. Now in Texas, we have something similar. It's in our Bill of Rights. It's in Article 1, Section 3, and 3A of the Texas Constitution. You can look it up. I'll even send you a screenshot with this video. But the point of this video relates to 50-50 shared parenting and the Texas Constitution. See, the Texas Constitution was amended this last legislative session to include parental rights. It's now Article 1, Section 37 of the Texas Constitution. And I wanted to break it down with my trash cans because some people just don't understand, or they can't grasp the concept that now it's constitutionally protected now for parents to have a say in the care, custody, and control and the rearing of their children. Now, I don't know how many other states have a constitutional amendment to their state's constitution, but not only do we have a U.S. Constitution that says we should treat everyone equal under the law, and that we have parental rights embedded in our 14th Amendment liberty interest. But in our Texas Constitution, Article 1, Section 3 and 3A say that all men are created equal. Now, in the traditional setting, you have a mother and you have a father and a child. And while we have these constitutional amendments saying that we're going to treat everyone equal, well, we would have to treat moms equal to dads and dads equal to moms. Right? Are we following? I mean, that was the whole purpose of the United States Civil War, was to hold everyone equal to the law, treat everyone equal. So with that being said, if we have parental rights and we have a traditional family, mom, dad, and child, then why are we treating men differently in family courts? Now, I know what they do and what is said are two different things, and there's two different mechanisms for that. The appellate court is where you will take all of your issues to have them overturn a lower court's decision, like if the judge is biased or the judge isn't giving you a fair trial, because both man and woman are to be treated equally under the law. Now, if a judge is not upholding their oath to the Constitution, they're not complying with the law, they're not competent in the law, that's where you would file a grievance with the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. But for all constitutional purposes, man and woman are to be treated equally under the law. 50-50 shared parenting here in Texas, we have all the ingredients we need to push that piece of legislation or to take these cases to a higher court. Because why? Moms are to be treated equally like dads, and dads are to be treated equally like moms. It's real simple. 50-50 shared parenting. You need an equal amount of mom and dad. Now, if you have no welfare issue with the child whatsoever, it's up to mom and dad to raise their child, not the government. The government can't interject the best interest standard just simply because the two are having a disagreement about how they want to raise their child. When that disagreement transforms or morphs into a welfare issue, that's when the best interest standard can be applied. But from what we're seeing, again, I know what it says in the Constitution and I know what they do out in the field. And this is part of the education, is that I'm trying to teach you that we have the ingredients for 50-50 shared parenting, because under the Texas Constitution and the U.S. Constitution, every man is created equal under the law, man or woman. And with parental rights, you can't just discount a father's rights simply because traditionally, a woman has been the caretaker. That is not found in any constitution that I have ever seen or read. That we have to give favors to mothers because traditionally that's how things go. That's absolutely incorrect. If we are going to try to reform the family courts, especially here in the state of Texas, we need to go back to the bare fundamentals of our constitutions, and we need to be making constitutional arguments in our lower courts instead of depending on a family law attorney just to litigate what's already legislated as the law. That was your piece of education for today, and I hope I was able to clarify some things. But again, we had a whole civil war dedicated to treating people equally. Not only is that said in our U.S. Constitution, but it's also said and now embedded in our Texas Constitution. Thanks for watching.